Chances are you've heard of The Secret by now, or manifesting what you want your life to look like. Vision boards, the 3-6-9 method, meditation, visualizing your new life and really trying to feel the emotions associated with it. But those things may or may not work. But if they do, it probably isn't for the reason you thought it was. And I can prove it. The good news is shifting your reality is a very real thing. And it's something you can start doing as soon as by the end of this video once you understand how it all works. Because today we're talking all about timelines, what they are, and how to shift your reality to a timeline that's more in alignment with how you want your life and your body to look. We should probably start by acknowledging that this reality that we're all in is full of limitless potential. If you really take a minute to think about it and how incredible it really is that we can count on the sun to be there every morning as we start our day, or that we can plant seeds in the dirt and they'll grow into tomatoes and carrots and all these other nutritious foods that'll nourish our bodies, or even that a man and woman can come together and create a whole new living, breathing child together. Seriously, everywhere you look, you can find signs and proof that life truly is good at its most basic level, and anything is possible. But on the other hand, if we take an honest look around, we can also see wars, poverty, struggle, disease, and human pain all over the world. Chances are your life falls somewhere in the middle. Things are good for the most part, but there are also some areas that aren't as great as you'd like them to be. Maybe you make a decent income, but you don't make enough to take a lot of time off and travel the world with your family like you've always wanted to. Maybe your wife is, average, but she's 20 pounds heavier than she was when you married her, and she nags you all the time about stuff that really doesn't matter. Or maybe, for the sake of this video, you're not in terrible shape, but you're 25 to 50 pounds heavier than you'd like to be, and you just don't have that lean, ripped physique or those abs or that, strong masculine body you'd much rather be sporting. What if I told you that you did already have that physique and that salary and that smoking hot wife that can't wait to see you at the end of the day and doesn't ride your ass about leaving the toilet seat up, only in a different timeline? A concept called timeline theory states that everybody in the world has access to infinite timelines, each with different outcomes based on the decisions we're making in the present moment. That means that there's a timeline right now of you sitting on a yacht or flying in a private jet with your amazing family and you're looking jacked, but there's also a timeline of you on some street corner begging for change with a heroin needle in your arm. Family probably deserted you for a better life years ago. And countless timelines in between, one of which you're on right now. So the question is, how do we elevate our vibration and align ourselves with the desired timeline instead of succumbing to the unfortunate current reality of the less desirable ones? And that's the beauty of this whole concept. Even if you don't buy any of what I'm saying and think I've totally lost my mind here, I can't imagine you'd argue with the advice I'm about to give you. You see, our choices and actions shape the feedback loop of reality. By narrowing countless possibilities into probabilities and eventually manifest into actuality, our choices and beliefs in the present shape our future. So we can either stick to predictable paths and stay on the same timeline that we're on now, or we can make radical choices that open up a completely different potential future, allowing us to jump from one timeline to another completely. Here's the key takeaway. Our choices in the present shape our reality. And the more drastic the pattern interrupt, the further you can elevate between timelines. Let me repeat that. The more drastic the pattern interrupt, the further you can elevate between timelines. I remember when I was 18 and I was working a minimum wage job, bagging groceries, drinking booze every night, smoking weed with my friends, and I just hated the trajectory of my life. what did I do? I took massive action and joined the military to ship out just 2 weeks later, which totally 100% changed the course of where I'm at today. A decade later, when I was in a corporate 9-to-5 job and felt like I was stuck in a drift and would never be able to realize my full potential, I quit on a whim to go all in on my vision of becoming a fitness coach with no backup plan. Fast forward, and here I am running a successful coaching business, doing what I love and working with people all over the world. The point is this: if you want a 1 or 2 degree shift in your finances, make a plan to budget better, or ask your boss for a raise. If you want a 180 degree shift, do something big and do it now. Start a business or change careers altogether. If you want a small shift in your marriage, start doing more things around the house for your wife. Start picking up your socks a little bit more. But if you want a massive shift and really jump timelines, go back to treating her the way you did when you first started dating instead of as the family slave. Set up some epic date nights or a tropical getaway. Or you know what, I'm just gonna say it, if that's a lost cause and you feel like you've already been doing everything you can possibly do and it still sucks, bail. I'm not giving you marriage advice and I don't know your situation, but I am telling you big changes towards the life that you want are really going to be what shift your timeline and your reality. See a marriage counselor before you do all that stuff, but I'm not a marriage counselor. I'm just telling you massive action. Don't divorce your wife and say Joel told you to do it. But, massive action towards the life you want. And as far as fitness goals goes, if you swap out the burger you always have for lunch with a salad, you can create small ripples, and maybe someday you'll be 30 pounds overweight instead of 50 pounds overweight. But if you want to jump timelines to become a brick shit house, do something drastic. A 7-day fast, hire a coach or a personal trainer, build a home gym, sign up for a bodybuilding show that you're not even close to ready for. Do something that will create a massive impact instead of just a tiny shift. The key is to take conscious action in a way that doesn't limit your potential and reflects the timeline you want. You're not gonna get rich working a $50,000 a year job. Your marriage isn't gonna improve if you keep walking past your wife when you get home and leaving your socks on the floor. And you're never gonna have a top 1% physique just by trying to eat a little bit better and doing whatever workout you feel like doing that day. Am I alone here? Have you ever made a drastic change and altered the direction of your timeline? Let me know in the comments so I know I'm not crazy. It's also important to note that our environment impacts our feedback loop, and as consciousness transitions to a higher frequency, we start to experience what I call synchronicities. What this means is that the more action we take that's in alignment with the timeline we want, the more opportunities we're going to be given. Meeting the right people, being put in the right situations, given the right opportunities, so on and so forth. I can't tell you how many crazy things have happened to me and the cool people I've met just by going all in and taking the leap. You see, your choices and actions right now can shift your timeline, leading to radical changes and empowering you to become a quantum beast. And if you want to take radical action towards your fitness goals and jump timelines in your own reality, schedule a call with my team by clicking the link in the description, and we'll see if we'd be a good fit. Do you believe in timeline theory? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time.